So today we're gonna see the start of a brand spanking new series called What If Civilization Started in a New World? In this series, Civilization will be starting up not on the normal map, but on a different one. And we see the first remnants of civilization pop up in this peninsula thing over here. We decide to explore a bit, exploring more of the coast over here, and they still have no idea where they are and are visibly confused, but they decide to adapt to this area that they are now forced to live in. But they decide to keep going along the coast over here and explore more inland, and they decide to set up a little civilization over here in this coast bay thing over here, and they decide to just expand into what they are aware of, and then they decide to continue to explore outwards, and some factions decide to split off and explore more than what the leader of the red civilization is letting them, and they continue along the coast. They go pretty far, and then they're like, okay, what the heck is going on up here? They continue to go and keep going, and now about the red team is like, okay, what the heck is happening to my explorers? Did they ditch me? I'll investigate. And that's what they do as they start to investigate more of the inland areas of wherever they are. And so far so good. They keep exploring, and they decide to explore up here while they're at it. But the main focus is inland, and that's what they do. They decide to keep going inwards. Now, back to these explorers. They keep going downwards, and they go like that. These guys are sticking exclusively to the coast, and they find this bay. Yeah, not bay, like peninsula thing here, and they decide to settle down over here instead. And the blue team is formed over here, and this movement actually had a lot of people that were just like, yeah, let's ditch our previous civilization, and they pop up over here, and they just continue to explore, and now back to the red team, because they decide to keep exploring, and then they find tracks of the exploration group and decide to keep following them. And then they find the blue team, and they're like, oh, okay, we're gonna just exchange stuff and that. And the blue team is fine with that, and they just exchange a few things, and that was that. And then the red team decides to continue the exploration over here, and even more other explorers are ditching them for the blue team. Yeah. And now the red team has had enough of this, and they decided that if anyone ditches them again, they would be violently suppressed. As- And most of their exploration groups are not too fond of that. And so they decide to start up a revolution over in the red team country, and the red team immediately starts to push this rebellion back, and uh, it just that only just fuels the fire even more. Mm-mm. Tolerance is wacky today, and there. Now, as I was saying, that them just as violently suppressing these movements are just adding even more fuel to the fire. Mm. And the red team manages to exterminate this group and push back this one. But then even more decides to rebel against the red team. And the red team, they don't give up. They still suppress this movement over here, but they manage to link up all of their areas. The red team, the leader is killed, and the people that are fighting for him just run away. And now we see a new yellow country pop up over here, and that is interesting. And these guys are gonna treat their explorers way better than the red team would have ever. Uh, and now with the new confidence and will of the people, well, they explore more and decide to find out what the heck is happening over here. And that's what they do. They see this curve in a little, so they're like, well, let's just connect up over here and discover all of this. And they do that. And the yellow team continues to expand into these areas, and let's check up on the people that are fighting for the red country, but were running away per se. Well, those people that ran away, they decide to go inwards, but but they decide to not keep up their tracks. They just leave everything behind, and they just run away. And I don't know why this is lagging so much, but they continue to explore, and then leaving their tracks behind. This just results in them getting lost because they have no idea where the heck they are. Or so, wrong color. They leave their tracks behind and continue exploring until they find coast. And then they leave their tracks behind. And now it's basically just this. And they decide to actually settle down here and not keep covering up their tracks. But they decide to try and figure out what is going on here. And this civilization wants to bring back the glory of the old red team country, and that's what they do. Starting civilization again, but just in a different spot. And these guys, guys are looking out for revenge against the yellow team. And meanwhile, the yellow team and the blue team, they are fairly cooperative with each other. They work together, they trade stuff, but they're still wanting to figure out what happened to those people that ran away. And they won't find out till the red team actually meets up with them. And the red team know where the yellow team and blue team are at, so they just want them to discover themselves because they don't want to have the first interaction, if you know what I mean. But yeah, the red team continues to explore more of this inward area. And then the blue team decides to do more things, and they explore as well. And then they find this peninsula, and some explorers find the red team, and they notify the yellow team about this, and the yellow team is like, fudge. But they're not gonna do anything for now. In fact, they're gonna work together with them to figure out what exactly is going on over here. And that's what they do. The red team explores, and the blue team tries. They probably have the weakest explorer team out of them all. But the yellow team, they aren't playing around, baby. They get to work quickly, and they think that there's more land up here. But the red team forces decide to abandon this and focus up here, and the yellow team is like, dude, not cool. But the red team continues, and they find that this is a peninsula, and then some cross over and they find this, and they discover this bay area here, and then they discover, oh, we're on an island. And then some people from the red team decide, let's move back to the yellow team. But the yellow team is like, we don't want you. And they're like, all right, we'll just move to the blue team. And blue team is like, we don't want you either. So they decide, screw you guys, I'm starting my own country. And they set up a purple civilization thing over here. And these guys are fairly antagonistic with the other civilizations since they shun them. Except the red team, since they are from there, so they decide to be a bit more lenient for now. But the purple team is a fairly populated country. I'd say the second most populated one. The least populated one being the blue team. But the civilization is pretty strong and can put up a good fight against any one of them. And the red team, seeing the purple team expand, they're going to move in and take as much of this land as possible so the purple team doesn't get it. And now there is a rush to claim all of the land over here. And the red team decides to cut off the purple team and make a large colony-used thing over here, and expand over here. And the blue team is obviously like, nuh-uh, and they quickly move in over here as well, taking most of this area up here. Meanwhile, the yellow team, they are just expanding really quickly as well, deciding to go along the coast and meet up over here, and basically encircling all of this. And then these civilizations decide to split up the remaining area between them, and that will look like And in this treaty, we see this entire island get annexed by a civilization. Then I redid the borders so they look way nicer. And everybody gets about what they want except the blue team. They feel fairly cheated out on. And the red team doesn't like that. They have this weird panhandle thing. But they're just gonna have to live with it for now. Then, and the red team decides to go out and explore a bit over here, discovering some new land. And they basically go, "Hey, everyone, there's land here." And everyone just looks at the red team like, "Okay, tell us what you find there." And they basically just discover this island thing, and also this line, by the way, just to let you know, that's supposed to be like a big river, but just kind of looks like a border. So sorry about that. Yeah, they continue to explore all this, and they find this island, and they they continue to explore over here, discovering this island, and seeing the start of another island. They're like, "Okay, is anything else out here? Hmm? Is there anything? Oh, there is something here. Whoa, I don't know why that happened. What's this island over here? This looks like a fairly large island. Oh, wow. This island is large. I'm gonna make a colony here once I finish exploring it. And okay, this island is way bigger than I thought it was. But yeah, new land, guys. And then the red team is like, "All right, I think we're done for now exploring across waters." And they decide to set up a bit of a colony here, but people are unhappy with the red team, deciding that they don't want to explore anymore. Or yeah. And they're like, "If you're not gonna do it, then we might as well." And some people from this colony leave and form their own civilization, blocking off the red team and basically setting up a civilization across this island. About colonizing this island and 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 this giant one as well. Well, and then and some of them decide to ditch them, and then they form like an orange civilization here. And the green team is like, "Ah." And in fact, these guys are invading into this colony. And now they're like, "Whoa, can we just settle this with a truce or something? Only if you decide to not do any more exploration for now." And the green team is forced to negotiate into that. And that treaty looks like this with the orange team annexing in these like green team lands. And actually, it was actually more like this. But I don't have that border anymore. But yeah. And then some exploration groups of the orange team decide to like patrol around the sea. And somehow they get lost and they're like, "Whoa, where are we going? Oh, new land. Oh, let's investigate this." And this looks like another island. Please don't tell me this is another island. And I thought we actually discovered a new continent thing, but no, this is an island. Let's go back to the orange team and tell them about this. "Hey, there's a new island here." Okay, despite our anti-exploration group thing, we are gonna just colonize this island fully, and now we're done for now, okay? And they're like, and yeah, they annexed this. And I feel like it's about time that I do capitals for these countries. Been there and done that. I added the capitals. And that will do it for today's episode of What If Civilization started it in a brand new world. Well, please leave a like and subscribe, smash the notification bell, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye! I hope you all like the series, as I've never done this sort of fantasy flicks thing. I'll get used to it eventually. Awkward silence. Why am I keeping this going? But yeah, now, absolutely, I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.